This is the plaintiff, Chris Graham. He says the defendant, a contractor, botched a carpeting job he hired her for, ended up ruining his hardwood floor, and promised him the moon and never delivered. He feels like a darn fool because he paid her the whole amount before the job was completed, and now can't get her to return his money. He's suing for $3,700, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Deborah Kaplan. She says this whole lawsuit boils down to a front doormat. That's right, a front doormat. She initially told the plaintiff she'd make him a doormat from the leftover carpeting from his hallway, but ended up needing to use every last bit for the complicated job. She told him he would have to wait a little because the supplier wouldn't ship her such a small amount. 4 weeks later, she got hold of some, and his response was, forget it. Now he's suing her for the whole job? Come on. She's accused of not delivering.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Chris Graham?
Yes.
You are suing Custom Designs by DK Incorporated, represented here by Deborah Kaplan. You're the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay. For not finishing a job that you hired her for, you are suing for $3,700 in order to, because you want the money you paid her back, plus you want the damage to your floors paid.
The hardwood floors.
All right, what's going on?
When I hired her, we had put a contract together saying for the runner going up the stairs and the runner in the hallway upstairs.
Now, the runner being the carpet, were you replacing a runner that was there?
No, I have hardwood floors.
You had hardwood stairs and you wanted to put a carpet going all
yes,
up the stairs.
go up the middle. I do have pictures.
Okay. And do you have a copy of the contract?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hand that to Douglas, too. And is the person with you moral support or a witness?
My wife.
Your wife. Neither. Okay, very nice. All right. So your contract calls for?
The runner up the stairs and in the hallway up the stairs. And we also decided on a front floor mat in front of the front door. So when you first walk in my home, the front door mat matches the runner.
All right, and it's on the contract, it talks about Western carpet flower trellis, custom cut bond for step runner and foyer, then make mat for front door. And that's for a total of $2,200?
Yes.
And then what happens?
And then basically, after the job was completed on, I believe, 6/7 of this year, I gave her a final payment, and she did not. Yeah, I know that was my mistake.
Do-over, right? With all due respect to you, I haven't heard your side yet, so don't get me wrong, but you never, ever, 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 ever pay in full for something that's not done in full, unless you're willing to forgo whatever's left. Well,
at one point, she did finish the work, and then something didn't look right. She had to come back and finish it, so I think I held back $400. She came back.
You're even a holder backer. And then you went against your own judgment. Okay,
and then when she came back and fixed that, and I was happy with the job, and she just owed me the mat, I was like, I paid her in full, and she said she'll have the mat to me within a couple weeks.
Okay.
So a couple weeks go by, and I try to contact her, and she says, oh, I have the mat in the truck.
I have the mat in the truck.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the mat in the truck. I just have to get out there. I've been really busy. I'm working in New York City and Queens area, and I live out.
Where?
I live out in Suffolk County, Long Island. She says I'll get it out there.
How many weeks passed?
About 2 months.
So go ahead.
So then I contacted her and talked to her numerous times, a minimum of 6 times, and she just kept giving me the runaround.
What runaround was she giving you, according to you?
Giving me that the carpet is in the vehicle. I have to get it out to you. And one time I talked to her, she said, I'm out in Amityville this week, which is 20 minutes away from me. She said, you'll have it today.
Okay.
I said, great, no problem.
And you didn't?
Didn't have it.
Okay, what happened?
We did the job, and what happens is I normally order extra carpeting because, you know, I'm a perfectionist too. He has a beautiful home, and when you walk in, you know, that's your showcase. You walk up, and it's beautiful, and that's why we did the carpeting in the first place. So I always provide a mat. It's usually free. I don't charge for it. What happened was
Wait, what are you saying, that the mat is some customer service trinket
that I provide?
bonus?
Yeah, that I provide because I don't charge.
But that's not what your contract, like your contract actually specifically says. I mean, if I'm buying the runner, I don't want this. I don't want some, you know, other little front doormat that
Right.
that clashes.
Well, that's
with
why
it.
I provide it.
Right, but it's not like you're not doing them a favor providing. It's part of the contract. He says in the contract, these are the two things you're providing for $2,200. It's part of the contract.
Right.
According to him, you told him on numerous occasions that you had it in the trunk of your car. What's that about?
Which is true. I had the spare carpet that we had left, which was just pieces, and if you
Is
look
that the
at
stuff that I'm looking at over there?
the
Okay,
one
but that's not big enough. None of that is big enough
Right.
to be able to do a mat.
we were gonna piece it together, which doesn't make me happy. I like everything to be
He's
beautiful.
not going to accept a piece together
Right.
mat. He wants one
he
piece.
likes
that's a mat.
everything perfect, and
What do you
so
mean
do
perfect?
I.
Well, I'm a perfectionist, so it's
So
not. I'm
do
not a
I.
good example.
And
But
I
even
do a
the
lot of
most
big houses.
slack-jawed, totally roll with the punches, easygoing human on the planet isn't going to take a mat that's pieced up.
Right,
I mean, are you
exactly.
saying that you can piece it up so it doesn't show?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, so no, that was never any. But when you tell a guy over and over again that you've got the mat in the trunk,
Which I did.
don't you think he thinks you mean the actual mat?
But what I said to him is, I have the pieces that were left, and I ordered, the day after his job, I ordered the carpeting. The carpet comes 13.2 wide, and I had to take minimum 3 feet by 13.2 wide, which is fine. They'll ship it to you, but it wasn't in stock. So they have to wait until another customer orders that carpet to manufacture it. And since the economy is so bad,
Right.
you
So
have to. They don't have an abundance
of
of
carpet
carpet
because of
Exactly.
the fact that just doing it for him was going to be too expensive for you and your manufacturer. So
They wouldn't
everybody
do
was
it.
waiting for someone else to order that carpet, and then they'd get it from there. All right. Well, then, if that's what you're doing, why are you telling him I've got pieces of carpet? I mean, you
I
just should have
did.
lead the client on. His perspective is, you should have delivered that to me in a timely fashion, not all these months later. But you still hadn't said. How long have you had that?
I've had this for 3 weeks. He was
Okay.
texting
So-
me like constantly.
all right, but seriously, we're talking about a lot of months afterwards. And his feeling is you should have ordered enough to begin with. You shouldn't have been cheap about how much you ordered. In any job, especially a job this big, there's going to be a little bit of wasted material. So why should he have to wait when he paid you in full? I understand him. Now, what I don't understand is how you sue him for $3,700. You want $2,200, the amount paid for the job. You want $1,500 the cost to have hardwood floors repaired.
Right.
Okay. All right. Which really wants a mat, right?
Well, I want
Can we
the
see the mat? Open up the mat. Let's make
I
sure
brought
it
him
looks good.
2 mats. If you look on the bottom of my invoice
have,
after I
hold
took
on
the
one
last
second, Maggie.
payment, I wrote on there that I had to order the carpeting, but I
Is
did tell
this
him I
what you
ordered new.
Can you pull that out for him so he can see it? Can you do me a favor there and measure that, make sure it's the right size? Yeah. Let me hear from you.
My biggest issue with this whole thing is we
ahead
expected
and
the
measure for
mat.
me,
You
Doug.
told us that we were getting the mat at least 6 times, and then you also told us twice
Don't talk to her. Talk to me.
it was going to be you FedExing it. So at that point, I mean, you're telling
And then
lies.
once I'm in Amityville, it'll be today, and then it
Right,
isn't.
it does.
Yeah.
It is, and then
That's
I
all this
email
is about.
you and
No
I tell
one
you.
wants to feel like they were taken for a ride. That's all. No one wants
and
to
then
feel that way.
The worst part of this whole thing is we told her.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
We told her, and my husband spoke to her and said, if we don't have it, we're going to take you to small claims court. As she made a comment, you're not really going to take me to small claims court over a mat.
No, I would take you to small claims court over a mat.
No, I've
especially
never.
when
Small
that
claims
much
court,
money.
first of all, it's never about the money. It's about the principle.
Right.
But in this case, it's about the mat because he doesn't have a matching mat and he can't get a matching mat.
Right,
It's not like he can solve his
exactly.
problem somewhere
And I
else.
know that.
Stop. Is it the right size?
2452.
2452. I want 46 by 30.
It's supposed to be the same
It's supposed to be the
size
same
as the
size
other
that I
one.
met.
Wait,
If
give
you
me the
look on,
contract.
can I just talk?
No, I want a specific answer to my question. You brought a mat that's not the size that he ordered?
When I wrote it on the contract, there was no size on it. When I texted him the last time and said the carpet's finally in, the piece that I really want to give you, to please let me know the size that you want, because now I have a 13 by 3 foot piece, and I can make any match you want now. I have enough. Let me know. And he says, yeah, right, and that was the end of it. So I brought
I'm
what
sorry.
I felt was...
You have a contract that talks about the size of the mat, don't you?
No, it was supposed to be the same exact size as the one there in the
Right.
picture.
In the picture, same
And the one
exact
in the
size.
picture is what size?
46 by 30. And Judge, she's
Why
never...
didn't anybody put the size of the mat in the contract? You're the business person. Why is all that not in the contract, the sizes?
Because
And why would you then just decide how you're going to do it because he didn't answer your email? Do you have that carpeting now? Do you have the chunk of it, or is it gone yet?
I made two mats out of it for them.
What size is that one?
The same size, because he didn't tell me what size he wanted. He
How
wouldn't
could
answer
you?
me.
But then why would you go through with doing it instead of waiting for this to be resolved in court so that it would be the right size if he won't answer you?
Normally, that's why I text him and said, I have plenty of carpeting now. Please tell me what size you want. And, you know, I have the spare pieces and I have 2 mats.
Just stop. Why didn't you answer her?
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So would you ever pay somebody all up front before they start doing work?
Very bad idea. The guy might grab the money and you never know where he's going to end up. He might disappear and not do the work, and your money's gone.
Ever a circumstance you could think of where you would do that?
Absolutely not. You have to see the quality of the work before you pay.
Excellent. Going inside the courtroom.
First of all, I never got
Why-
a phone call or a text from her. She's talking about text messages. I'd like to see one from her phone sent to me.
Yep.
Because I never received any.
The one where she says that you said, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yes, about the size.
can I see
It's
it?
asking me for the size.
Unfortunately, I've had 3 phones since then, so
Okay.
I don't have any text
Do
messages.
you have enough carpeting in your warehouse right now of this carpet to make a mat that is
46 by 30.
46 by 30? Yes or no?
I should, yes.
Okay, good. Get it done.
she has it?
This is how we're going to resolve this case, folks. How long do you need to do it?
A week.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2. Okay? Do it in a week. And if I hear that you didn't do that, your name is complete mud in this industry because it is preposterous that it could have taken this long. It shouldn't have, and then you shouldn't have just picked the size. There should have been a way for you to prove that you've tried to ask them and that they won't give you a size before I shove that size down their throat. It should be the size of the mat that was there. It shouldn't just be a size that you pick out of the air, all right? We're going to make arrangements with Officer McIntosh to make sure that this gets resolved, and thank you folks very much.
Thank you.
Well, the carpet lady's reputation is on the line right now. You got what? The judge says get it done in a week. What are you going to do?
I'm going to get it done. So I've been asking him what size
How
he
come
wanted.
you two couldn't resolve this before you got it to court?
He was very cranky. So
You
I
think-
tried.
You think that'll be his answer when I ask him the same question?
I tried. I did try.
You
He
did?
texts me over and over and over
What
again.
are you going to do with this? This
He
carpet?
can have it.
This here.
He can have it.
Yeah, okay. All right, right down that way.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so come on in here. So you confident that she's going to get this done for you?
I hope so. It should have been done a long time ago. It's kind of silly just to come in front of court just for a mat.
How come you had to come to court? I mean, couldn't you guys get this figured out?
I would have liked to. I
Well,
called
what was
her
the problem again?
numerous
She said it was
times.
you, right?
Of course. The problem was that I called her numerous times, left messages, and when I talked to her, and she said, I have the mat in the
Well,
truck.
how's the
and I'll
carpet in the
deliver."
house? Does it look good?
It's good.
The house
It's-
carpet?
it's
She
to-
did a
it's
good
to my
job on that?
likings, yes.
All right, okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, short and sweet. They made the carpet for the plaintiff within 2 weeks. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.